Barn update coming at you. Some of you asked a really good question. What does the outside of the barn look like in terms of a full walk around? So we're going to give you that today. Some updates and some things that I want to take care of. One of them being I still have a trench basically running through my backyard where I ran electric. So we got to fill that in with dirt, and we're going to do it 4 times. So looking at the barn, when you walk up, we've got the 2 double doors there and the roll-up door that you saw was installed. So the gym kind of ends right where I'm standing right here, right? In terms of where that wall got built is right about here. And then as we move over to the other side, it's all, the plan is for that to just kind of be workspace. So right now I don't really have any other plans for it other than there's just a bunch of wood in there and excess stuff, and we just have the windows boarded up, and you can see that there needs to be some work done on the wall as it's just kind of open over there. So that's something that definitely needs to get taken care of. So now we're actually on the back side. So this is kind of what the opposite side of the barn looks like. This was all really high brush, kind of where I'm standing right now. It was all brush way up over my head. And I rented basically a bulldozer about a year ago and kind of knocked it all down. I still need to do something with it, whether it's plant grass or lay down some more concrete to kind of make an outside area for doing things, for sled pushes, those kind of things. That's kind of the idea of what I'd like to happen out here. As you can see on the back side, that's the second half is pretty run down. The roof is kind of caving in. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this portion yet. I'm either going to tear it off or try to rebuild it. It's pretty beat up on the inside. We can actually go take a look at that. Let's go look at the inside real quick. So inside here is just the old basically concrete pad that was in here. There's actually like some stalls for cattle is what I believe was kept in here when it was actually a functioning farm. And then that concrete actually extends out into this area right here. Underneath my feet is like a circular, I'm not sure if there was a place for them to drink or where water and waste was kind of washed out, is where we're standing right now. So that still exists too. And again, this is on the back side of the barn, but roof's kind of caving in a little bit. There's some stuff that's you know, obviously needs a whole lot of attention over here. It's not my top priority, but it's definitely something that we'll take care of eventually. All right, so on the back side, basically there's those double doors. The gym kind of ends right here. This is right on the other side of where we built the gate or that door, and then the gym kind of goes that way. And you can see also that there's some extra activities that were added on here at some point that have since fallen down. And again, I'm trying to figure out if I just want to run a bulldozer straight through that and rip it off, or use like some bottle jacks or something to kind of push everything back up and then put the supports underneath it. Right now I think I'll try to repair it and see how that goes, because I've got some other stuff stored on the other side of there, which I'll show you here in a second. But yeah, this is kind of the back side. Again, you can see there's just kind of stuff everywhere from where I kind of push things around, but a lot of work to be done over here. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Any suggestions, go ahead and throw them in the comments. Okay, so this is back on. We're continually kind of wrapping around. We're about to turn the corner to head back to the front of the barn where we started, and this is just kind of the back side of it. Again, there was some addition that was kind of put on here, and it was really let go, so it's not in the best shape right now, but probably going to fix that, make a doorway on the what would that be, the western wall, to kind of come out into this space and either use it as I don't know, a recovery area, or just put some other stuff out here that isn't necessarily something you're going to work out with, but something you want to have readily available next to you in the gym. So I think that's kind of the plan for what's underneath in that section. All right, so we're back around to kind of the front, and now we're on the western side. We started on the eastern side, and obviously the gym ends right here at this wall, and then like we pointed out before, there's this extra little space where right now I kind of keep my wood. I like to chop wood and burn wood in the wintertime to help reduce heating costs and that kind of thing. And I do have a splitter in there, which is definitely not the hard way to do things, but I do like grabbing the maul and just splitting with either an axe or a maul or something like that. It's a good way to like spend a recovery day. So if it's not necessarily a day I'm gonna work out, but I wanna move around some weight and get the blood flowing, I'll come out here for an hour, 2 hours, and just kind of chop, cut, and split some wood. So that's where I keep all this right now. That stack's got to grow by about 10 by the fall, so still working on that a little bit on every weekend. So what I need to do today is the electrical line's already buried, but I dug out a big trench that wrapped from my garage to, from the house to the garage and then out to the barn. And so to do that, I needed to bury the electrical wire, and I put it in some PVC pipe, which you can see is sticking out right here. That's kind of where it comes out of the ground, and I had to bury it. I believe I buried it 24 inches deep, and I think I only had to do it 18, but we went ahead and went all the way down 2 feet in even though it was still in some conduit. But Even though the dirt stacked up on the sides, you know, I kind of had that dirt laying there, it wasn't quite enough to fill it in. So this place has just kind of gotten overgrown. There's rocks everywhere. And if you kind of look down, you can see exactly where the trench line has been dug and not filled back in. So today I'm gonna try to fill back in as much as I can with some dirt that I went and got earlier this morning. And we're gonna do that as fast as possible because it's always more fun to do things for time. Ran out of dirt. We got dirt. All right, so definitely not gonna have enough dirt to finish the whole project. Knew it was gonna take a couple loads. It's probably gonna take 3 or 4 to get it all filled in and flattened how we want, but we're, I would say, at least a quarter of the way, maybe close to a half of the way finished, but we're gonna chuck the rest of this in about 2 cubic yards at a time and see how far we get, and then we'll just have to make some more trips, but you guys get the idea. We're gonna fill all this in with some dirt, level it off, and then hopefully make it like a walkway. So this will be a 2-part series of filling in the moat that is currently protecting my property. If you're paying attention, how long did this take? It took about 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit longer. That was including our second trip that we actually knew we were gonna have to make. So hustled, got as much dirt down as fast as possible. Got a little pump on, you know, just from shoveling dirt a little bit. Overemphasize the use of the arms, not so much the back on this one to build the biceps. Don't do that. Use your back, use your legs, use all the lower extremity pieces for that. This is stupid. I don't even know why I'm telling you this anymore. We shoveled dirt out of a trailer into the pit. Do that. We're done.